Do you currently track and review key metrics in your business on a regular basis? If not, I'm here to convince you that you should. This is like my weird, secret, nerdy passion. I am obsessed with metrics. If there is a number in my business, I probably know it. Basically, what I'm talking about with tracking metrics is paying attention to some key indicators, usually in the form of numbers, that give you insight into your business. So for example, how many Instagram followers we have, how many newsletters we send out a month, how many clients we currently have, what is the profit from each of those clients, what's our average transaction per customer. All of these things are numbers that we watch. We have them in Excel or Google Docs spreadsheets, and we review them monthly, some of them weekly, all of them quarterly and yearly, and they give us great insight into what is going on. So first of all, why do you need to be tracking these metrics? I want to ask you a question. What is the first thing that happens when you go to a doctor? They take your temperature, right? Tracking metrics is like taking the temperature of your business. When you go into the doctor, before they decide what's wrong with you, before they look at all your symptoms, before they prescribe a prescription or an antibiotic, the first thing they do is take your temperature. Because there might be something different going on internally that you can't see at meets eye, at that first glance. You might not know what the temperature is. Tracking metrics and reviewing them is like taking the temperature of your business. It gives you insight into what's going on internally so that you can act accordingly on the outside. And a lot of times it reflects information that you can't see at face value. For example, you may be saying, we have more clients than we've ever had. We must be making more than we've ever made. And then you look at your profit per customer and go, ooh, well, actually, we're making less per customer. Why is that? Those two thoughts, we have more money than ever and we're losing money on each customer, would produce really different chains of action in your business. So wouldn't you so much rather know which one is actually true? We can go a lot based on feeling in business. Oh, we're growing in Instagram followers really quickly, so we're probably going to end up with more clients. Until you look at the chain of clients, booking, and Instagram followers and realize, you know what? I don't think any of our clients from Instagram are coming from Instagram. So then we know maybe we don't need to worry about the lower Instagram followers. So all of these things can give you insight into where you should be taking action, how you should be setting goals, where problems areas are, what's not working, what is working. Let's draw more attention there. It gives you such valuable insight into what's going on internally, and they're things that you wouldn't see at first glance usually. They may confirm what your gut feeling is, or they may show the exact opposite of what you've been feeling. So it's really important to have these unbiased, clear-cut numbers that are super just, you can't mistake them. They're the truth, right? They're exactly what's happening. So another benefit of this is it will help you set better goals. If you know what, we've been looking at this, we've been tracking these metrics, and we know the number one amount of our sales come from Instagram referrals. Now you can say we need to focus our marketing efforts on Instagram. We want to hit this number of followers by the end of the year. Or maybe you can say none of our clients are coming from Instagram. We're going to focus on Pinterest. That's where the traffic's coming from. Maybe you're saying we need to hit this number of clients by the end of the year, and you know how many clients usually come, how many inquiries it usually takes to book a client. So you can set goals on how many inquiries you want to receive, knowing that it will in turn lead to how many clients you want to book. All of these things will give you a further back picture of, if this is the result we want, these are the actions we need to take that build up that train of events that leads to someone booking or leads to a sale. So metrics are super important. So what kind of things do we want to be tracking? Here are some just basic examples. Revenue, cash flow, revenue per client, anything that contributes to the results you want to see. So if that's, like I said, inquiries are coming from Instagram, we want to focus on Instagram. I would track the number of inquiries you receive as well as where they found you, how many inquiries it takes for one person to book, how many website clicks you have before someone purchases something, how many people leave products in their cart but don't check out. That would give you insight into, okay, why aren't they taking the final step? think really thoroughly through every step of your business, all the different offerings you have, all the different administrative tasks you have. These are things we often hear like month end with our bookkeeper, we're going to review cash flow and income and expenses, but think in that same way, how can I measure everything in my business? And then make it a habit to check in with these and keep them updated. We do this by bookmarking them in our Google browser so that every time I get an inquiry, I click the inquiry form and I put them right in so that the chart is always being updated. And then in our project management system, we have a reminder once a month to review certain documents, update them, make sure they're in check, and it gives us a little peek. And then we have meetings where we go in them more in depth and figure out exactly where the problems are, what things need to be tweaked, what things need to be pushed. And it also gives us great insight to if we are on track for our goals. This way you don't set a goal and then at the end of the year go like, I don't really know if I made it or not. This will help you see along the way how you're progressing. And another tip with that is that when you're setting a goal, challenge yourself to say, what measurables would give me insight into if we're making this? So that is, my pitch for metrics, why I think you should be tracking these in your business. There's a recap in the email that you would have gotten with this, so you can read through all of those kind of key bullet points, and I would go ahead and start making those trackers. I do them in Google Drive so that they're accessible no matter where I am. If I check emails at home or at work, I have access to them on any computer. So get started, start small, don't bite off more than you can chew, just start getting some of these numbers in spreadsheets, and I think you'll see a really big difference.